Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston-Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. All kind of good summer programs they've got. Run by and check them out. It's amazing watching how the educational system sort of swinging back from now. They used to say everybody got to go to college, but now they're sort of swinging back. You know, you can get a technical job and make a lot of money and do really well, and that's why you're seeing a huge enrollment, and even the politicians are now talking about it. So that we've always felt that way and very strong about that. So that's interesting. So check them out there at your vocational school. The high today is only going to be 81, low 72. Water temperature, Gail wrote down 79.9, so let's round it off to 80 degrees, okay? So water temperature 80 degrees. We're looking at river readings, Apalachicola, Bluntstown. This is brought to us by Sandhill Seafood, and it's kind of rainy weather makes me want to eat seafood. I don't know how it affects you, but I just like to eat seafood in rainy weather. Apalachicola, Bluntstown is 7.2, and you know what it's doing. It's going up. And the Choctaw Caryville, 7.4. Ironically, both of them really close to the same reading, and looking on the chart, they're both going up, just like y'all's bank account, just keep going up like that. So it's going to be, and it's going to get worse too. It's going to get on up there because it's really getting some rain, all right? The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, about to hit some neap tides. Low this morning at 125, and high is right there at 457. This weekend, not going to have a lot of tidal flow. Now, our wind direction has sort of been coming off, we've been getting a lot of east wind, but now it's sort of swung around a little bit. So mainly it's just coming directly out of the south this morning, but it's not coming very strong. It's only like 5 to 10, so it's not going to be a big factor. Again, we this rainy weather, this is a low pressure system, and down in the lower part of the Gulf, it's sort of, we really don't look like it's going to be a pretty Memorial Day weekend, and we really were looking forward to it, and got that full moon coming up. But nature is what it is, and we just deal with it, and just always be careful and be aware of what's going on, especially as you're in the outdoors, especially get offshore or in the woods pretty deep, and where you can't get back really quick. So that's the thing about the weather. You got to be able to react to it quickly. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. We're getting these pictures set up. We're glad you're with us, and I've got all kind of pictures. Some days I have a lot of pictures. Some days with guests and all, I don't get to show that many, so they're sort of piled up. So we've got to keep them moving. And again, the great thing about what I call a picture parade on the outdoors here is that it just reflects what the real outdoorsmen are doing in this area. And I just get a kick out of y'all sending them and sharing them with us. And this is really, we see what's biting and what's not biting. If you see a lot of like the last couple of weeks, there's a lot of pompano being sent in. That sort of tells you something. And so, we can get our reports from our pictures. All right, here, start off with this announcement right here. One of the big sponsors is Seasons of Hope, and they're with the Southeastern Dog Hunters Association having a second annual Fishing for Our Tradition Spring Bass Tournament, June the 2nd, over in Milton, and $100 per boat, and the payout first place $1,000. Okay, that's a fundraiser for that association, and our local Seasons of Hope, Michael Harrison and them help support it. One of our viewers, Ned Maxwell, up in Chattahoochee, Winston. I thought I would share my sand drag pan. It is a horse feed pan from Tractor Supply. It is enough for a beach chair, 4 surf rods, and rod sand spikes, umbrella, ice chest, fish bucket with a small block of ice, and a small tackle bucket. I have a large Publix bag with lunch and snacks. It works. Ned Maxwell. All right, you see it right there, folks. You just drag that across the sand if you want to go surf fishing. Here's another picture of it. Just attach your little rope to it and drag it. Ned, that's a great idea, and a lot cheaper than those carts. And plus a great exercise. That's really good, Ned. Thank you. See, we showed that one yesterday. Jeff Johnston is, I'm going to tell you who Jeff is. His granddad was Tom Johnstone and started the McDonald's franchise here in Panama City. And Jeff loves outdoors. Enjoyed the day with my girls. They tore the reds up. They had an awesome guide as well. Okay, good job on red fishing. Sea Quarters Kids Tournament. This is the 14th year they've done this. Now, it's down the road, Saturday, July 21st. But go ahead and put that on your calendar. from 8 to 4. This is one of the biggest kids tournament I go to. This is one of the biggest ones in the Panhandle. They just have, and one of the reasons, look at different categories: speckled trout, flounder, pinfish, ladyfish. I mean, all kind of stuff. And everybody gets a free rod and reel, or the first 125, and they'll have about a couple hundred kids there. This is huge. It's worth the drive down there to be in it. Okay, put it on your calendar. And they're also, check this out. This is a good deal here. This boat. The ticket's only $100, and they're only going to sell 350 tickets. And guess where the proceeds go? The Leukemia Research Foundation. Well, I'm going to buy a ticket now. I'm going to call them this week and find out if we can get some tickets up here and sell y'all, because this is some really good stuff. Mary's in charge of that, and she does a good job helping them out. Okay. Doug Lurie, and this was, we were talking about yellow flies last week. I won't read the whole thing, but he said, Winston, the old timers say when the blackberries get ripe, look out for the yellow flies. That is now. And then he goes on and talks about me, which is good. I appreciate all those nice things you said, Douglas, but the yellow flies are out, and so are the blackberries. I love to pick blackberries. All right, here's Ernie Hooper, the dentist up in Bonifay, and Ernie, Mosley grad and family, just wonderful folks, and Ernie and my son played ball together at Mosley, and they're just good friends, and there's just good folks here. And what I admire about Ernie, he's such a good family man, a strong Christian man. Hey, Coach, I just wanted to send you a couple of pictures. PJ, that's his son, PJ caught his first cobia Saturday, and it was a monster. It was 45 inches to the fork. He caught it on his first cast of the morning. We got our pictures and released it safely. Hope you guys are doing well. Check it out. Look at PJ. Nice one, PJ. Look at the water was nice and everything. His first cobia caught and released. And you can see in the background and see how close they are. And that's about the area you can catch a cobia in. Okay, PJ Hooper on his first one. I know that's going to be a framer. The Outdoor Ed Scholarship winners for Mosley Outdoor Education class. Good kids here. This is Coach Wilkie to the left. And Coach Wilkie has continued the Outdoor Ed program at Mosley in such a quality fashion. I do appreciate the hard work they all do, and especially Coach Wilkie in the leadership capacity. The winners are Jackson Alford, okay, on the left there, and the little girl next to me is Emily Cobb. And I know Emily's granddad. Y'all remember Al Cobb? He sold all those trucks for Tommy Thomas. That's his granddaughter. So good folks right there, and congratulations on the scholarship winning. Okay, I'm going to just run out of time. Tammy Schumann Zackrell sent this in. Son Evan, we've had Evan on the show before, caught this chunk. Look at that nice bass right there on the river system. Look at those trees and all. Good job, Evan. Okay, we'll go to break on this one. The royal wedding everywhere. I just had a post here somewhere. A ceiling is missing its insulation. I didn't watch all the royal wedding, but Gail had it on. I just got a kick out. But anyway, I thought that hat was. Somebody was really thinking when they said that. Let's take a break, Jeff. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. We're going to add some names to the pickle jar. And Mother's Day drawing is over. We're getting ready to gear it up now for some just random ones. And then we got the Father's Day coming up. So all kind of good stuff. John Sanderson is entered, along with Debbie Sanderson and Stan Bright. Glad to have y'all in our drawing. I do want to let's finish up on these pictures. We got some good ones here. Okay, up there from Alpha, William Jones said, "Okay, Winston Chester, is this a slam? Okay, Jack Creval, a drum, and a redfish. I guess you could call that a slam, William. It may not be the Panhandle slam, but that's a slam. 3 different species. Good job there." Greg Gladden. Greg sent this in. Greg played baseball for us on a state runner-up team, a good outdoorsman. He's been on our show before. He said the big boy was swimming around my dock in the rain yesterday. He loves to fish. All right, Greg, good one. Okay, I thought this is just a good one. No caption needed. Just check a look at this. Look at the little old lady in the center. She's just taking her time, admiring, and taking in the whole situation. Everybody else is trying to get their phone adjusted, and none of them have their eyes on the prize. Isn't that a fascinating picture? That's a classic right there. Is that not what happens a lot of times now? All right, Nick's catfish tournament, they were going to have it this past Saturday. It was rained out, so they rescheduled it for July the 21st. I know it's a long way down the line, but that's the 8th annual catfish tournament over there at Trey Nick's place. Okay, well, that's what it is. Okay, I think Okay, I do want to show this is a group right here that I got to speak to down at First Methodist. A great group of kids. I enjoyed meeting them and talking to them from Bay, Mosley, Arnold, and Rutherford. And they're such a pleasant people, okay? And how about Drew Benton winning the Texas Fest? This is a major one. It was all over the Bass News. Our own Drew Benton right here in Panama City, he won first place, and there he is right there. How about a $100,000 trophy with his wife and kid? And they call that the Blue Trophy. That's a big trophy for bass fishermen to win that Blue Trophy. Good job, Drew. When you get back in town, we're going to get you back on Panhandle Outdoors and talk about your win right there. And that was well-deserved. Drew worked so hard fishing these tournaments. He is such a good fisherman. And they interviewing his son. They didn't interview his son. But anyway, big deal in the Bass News to win. Now, he'll qualify, okay, so for the big one. That's enough of that. I do want to, let me talk about, remember last week I was talking about sailcat was going to be a big deal, and this Florida sportsman, I was predicting, one day sailcat is going to be a real popular fish for the captains and everybody recreational fishing. Well, I just got this in the other day. I was flipping through it, and this story right here, Top Cat, look at there. They're talking about sailcat. And it's like a 3-page article about how good they taste. Same thing I said last week, how good they taste, and people just overlooking them and everything. And so that's going to be the deal now. They are going to be catching catfish a lot more regularly and keeping them. Again, and cleaning them, you just skin them just like your regular catfish, and they say the same thing I say. You just cut out the dark meat. Anytime, really any fish, amberjack, whatever, you cut out the dark meat, the bloody part and all that. Always just cut it out and just leave good fleshy meat and all that. So be aware of that. Also, I was catching up on some things too on state park reservations. We're talking about all kinds of things to do. I'm always encouraging people to go camping. Folks, it's hard, from what people are telling me, it's really hard to get your reservations now in the state park system. One lady was talking about the Bogle State Park up there in Alabama. It's like a year wait. She said the quickest reservation she could get here is 2019 at St. Andrews State Park. I haven't tried to go online and get reservations, but that's good news and bad news. It's good news a lot of people are getting out camping. It's bad news if you sort of don't prepare for it and make your plans way ahead of time. So, if you think about camping next year's spring break, look on your school calendar, find out when that spring break is, and go ahead and make your reservations in the state park system. And especially the popular ones, like here at St. Andrew or down at Cape San Blas. Those are two of the most popular ones. Henderson over there around Destin, it's hard to get in those. So, and especially over there around the seaside, and those are hard to get into. Make your reservations, is my point being. And also, Memorial Day is coming up. And, all kind of great outdoor activities. It looks like it may rain on our parade for Memorial Day, literally speaking. No matter what, just make sure you're going to do some kind of outdoor activities with your family. So look into that and make sure some plans are made and also the weather kept in mind. Let's take our final break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's first of all, the Fishing Game Time brought to us by Blue Water Outrigger. We're looking at 8:07 to 10:07 this morning, and this evening 8:32 to 10:32. So we're going to do our drum roll because we're about to unveil our website, our new website on Panhandle Outdoors, and special thanks to my wonderful niece Lynette Chester over there in Bristol. And here it is, folks. This is a new website, and I want you to check it out because you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of good information. So I'm going to scroll through it. We're going to just take our time and scroll through. All you got to do is, punch in Panhandle Outdoors. Okay, so it's got a logo up top, and then I'm in my boat, and welcome. I will watch America. Okay, welcome Panhandle Outdoors, and then watch America's only daily outdoor TV show. Had 2 shots. Now, the reason we did 2 shots on this, on the left, you watch it on our station WPGX Fox 28, and on the right, all you do is on YouTube, you just hit that the line down there, and we're going to do that in a minute. We're going to show you how to get to it. But anyway, let's finish out the website. And here's our broadcast team. Look at this great picture of these pretty girls and ugly guys. But we went out to Miller Marine. It's hard to get everybody together for a picture. This is about our 3rd try, and we finally got everybody together. And this, you know them, and they're so good and so loyal about when I'm out of town or when I've got things going on, I just can't do the show. They are so good about jumping in there and helping me out. And it's, of course, Mandy, Bill, Megan, and Stan, and Ken. And I really appreciate them. And that was taken out of Miller Marine. We were going to do it in front of a boat and everything, but Gail liked us about a tree, and I think that was a good decision. And we had all, it took several, you can imagine the picture it took with these guys ready. And then on the left right here, our marketing director, Richard Cockrell, there with his dogs. And on the right, our producer, Jeff Peck. Jeff, we don't get Jeff on the show. He's always behind the camera, but Jeff does an amazing amount of work. He does about three jobs in one. So appreciate Jeff and all he does. And then the photo gallery, and this will be changing, and the computer, here's what's fascinating about this, folks. We just sent the pictures, and actually they arrange it, the computer arranges it themselves. And I thought, how ironic, this picture right here in the center is my late friend, Captain Blair Morgan, and okay, there it is. I thought how ironic for them to put that picture in that place right there. So it was really neat to get Blair back in there. Jeff, I may have lost you, think?
X up to the top.
Where now?
See that X?
I got you. Okay. So anyway, so that's photo gallery, and I'll just scan through them. We're going to a lot of pictures of me, and there's our Miss Florida, and then just different ones. And later on, we're going to just change this regular to my nephew and my buddy. Anyway, and then a lot more pictures too. And then we went ahead and did our sponsors, our advertisers, did their logos on here. Really, really proud of this. And on the left-hand column, we were active member of CIOPA, and then the National Wild Turkey Federation, the NRA, and Buckmasters. Those are some good outdoor folks. And how to contact us, and this just been out, and I've already getting some people drop us a line and all, and that's a good way to get with us. So anyway, we're going to go back to the top and show you, if you want to go to the, this is easy, you don't have to go to YouTube or anything, just on the website, just hit this right here, okay? And then what that's going to do is take you straight into YouTube, and the shows are in order right here, and it's amazing. Well, then hit on that one right there, and you got the show. That's had 127 views. Okay, that was a couple days ago. So anyway, that's our website. We're very proud of it, and we're thank you, Lynette. Honey did a great job. So be aware of that, and we'll start talking more and more about it. But also, we got all kind of other things coming up too. We're going to work on, but we're constantly trying to do a better job and come across it in a better fashion, or present it to you in better fashion. We think we do good now, but always you strive to do better. So thank you all for all the input. Now let's get back to a couple things I thought about the other day. I was up there in Quincy, had lunch with some old high school boyfriends and girlfriends, my old buddies and all from I went to elementary school with. We get together every now and then and have lunch. And I was trying, I need to take the camera up there so you can meet some of them goofy people I went to school with to get them to tell stories. But I know y'all have the same situation. But I was driving back, coming from Bluntstown on Highway 20 between Bluntstown and 231. And what I'm getting to is the speed of these automobiles and trucks now. And I just feel the need to bring it up because here I am on Highway 20, headed toward 231. The speed limit is 60. I'm going 65. I know it has nothing to do with outdoors, but I'm always going about 5 miles over the speed limit. Maybe I won't get arrested, but I always go to the speed limit. Folks, I counted them. There were 8 cars and trucks that passed me on Highway 20. Every time I got a chance, they just flying by me. I don't know if it's just me or people are just driving so much faster now. And I didn't pass anybody. I'm going over the speed limit myself, and everybody flying past me. And it's almost, we're talking about the interstate, but I'm talking about Highway 20, 2-lane road with the curves and all that, and people are just flying. And then the same way, morning and afternoon right there between the Southport light, the red light in Southport, and the Lynn Haven Bridge. I call that a Daytona 500, because you're taking your life in your own lane. I pulled out on Highway 77 all the time there, and you're taking your own life in your hands, because what's happening, people are flying there. The speed limit is 45. If you go 45, you get run over. And I don't know if the state troopers been told not to stop speeders anymore, but I just flat out don't see a lot of speeders pulling anymore. But anyway, I'm saying all this to say this: be careful on the road. And if some fool is trying to pass you, go ahead. And when I was younger, I tried to speed up and all that kind of stuff, which was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. But now I just let them go ahead and pass me, and just be aware of that. And interstate, that's a whole other story. But I wrote down speed here, and I wanted to make sure y'all understand everything. Okay. Now, The other thing I want to talk about, we're getting ready for our Memorial Day weekend. Of course, that's the official kickoff of safe boating. And I thought about doing a show on safe boating and all the whole show, but I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. And again, I've got all kinds of statistics. One of the big things, you know, we talk about Florida each time about how many accidents and all, and we have, and let's see, I made a chart of it. But I thought this one was interesting here. This is fascinating to me now. The top 10 counties for boating accidents. This is statistics from last year. The only one in our Panhandle is Okaloosa County. We look at the bottom, we'll call that the bottom of the state. Down there, I mean, their lead, and of course, you know why, because there's so many people down there, and so many, the same way Tampa Bay and then up around Jacksonville. That's sheer numbers of people. Sadly, that is where we're headed as far as the number of people. I don't know how long before we'll get there, but we're getting there at a rapid pace, and we'll talk about that on a regular basis. But the top 10 counties, like I say, the only one, and Okaloosa is not usually in there like that, but they certainly did it this time. These statistics from the FWC. I could go on and show you some more things. Let me show you one more. Accidents by month. I thought this was fascinating, accidents by month, and we don't have time to get into it, but May is really high, then it slacks off in June, and always July. Always July, and that's a lot of times because of July 4th festivities and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about safe boating a little bit at a time, some things you can do to be a safer boater. And again, the biggest thing is just the sheer number of people. And it's going to be, it's not going to get any better. It's going to be more and more. And the new rule this year about if you're born after 1988, you've got to have that safe boating certificate to operate a vehicle. I mean a boat, not a vehicle, to operate a boat, a motorized craft. And that's going to be fascinating because this law is sort of just taking effect, and a lot of people don't know that. So we're going to talk about it. I'll get Travis on to talk about that, but you got to have that safe boating class. Wrap it up for today. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Appreciate the viewership. Always send these pictures in of what you've been doing. Enjoy the great outdoors. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.